Now I'm going to show you the flap disc. Now I told you before that this was a perfect mixture between the best of both worlds of the grinding disc and the sanding disc. Now I don't know if you can see in the video, but this is kind of a caked up weld. It's not too bad, but it's say this is going to be for a nice table in a living room, and I really don't want this much weld on there, so I want a nice smooth finish, but I don't want to grind it with the grinding disc because I'm afraid I'm going to grind into the metal, and it's a little bit too much for me to work with for a sanding disc. So the perfect tool for that is going to be this flap disc here, and you can see here how it's really just layered sandpaper. It's just little squares of sandpaper glued in there really well, and as this spins, it acts as a sandpaper and a grinding disc all in one. It's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply about the same amount of pressure as I did with the grinding disc, and I'm just going to kind of pay attention and make sure that I'm not eating into the metal, because this will eat into the metal kind of easy if you're not too careful. But we're going to use this to get a nice smooth finish and grind off this weld really quickly. So let's go ahead and get into that. Now you can see I went ahead and stopped. It really took no time at all, and that really made it a nice smooth finish here. I didn't take off all of the weld. I felt like I was starting to dig in a little bit, so I stopped. But what I can do is I can come back and just focus on this one lip here where I have a little bit more of an edge and take it off really quickly. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now this is ready to just be cleaned up a little bit with a brush and good to paint. Now you probably saw me hit the lip again. Now that's it's kind of what my personal method is. I like to get up on the lip, especially with any kind of sanding discs, because it really gives me a little more control, because it's kind of hard to see sometimes if you have everything flat. You really can't see through this to see what you're hitting. So by keeping this up on an angle like this, it allows me to see down where I'm actually grinding.